Hi everyone, my name is Heather Havenwood and welcome to Like a Boss. I'm super excited today to talk to somebody who is a business coach, Jennifer Dawson. Jennifer, are you there?
I am here. Hi Heather, great to be here.
Great to be here. I am super excited that you're here. So a couple things that I want to talk to you about, which I think is interesting in the world of business coaching. And business coaching is different than marketing coaching, which is different than life coaching. I think a lot of people kind of combine those. So before we get started, one of the things that I think is interesting about you is one, you're a business coach, right? And you have a planner. You actually have developed a planner called Best Planner Ever. And you have actually helped people through the process of their business using this tool, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I really love that. And if you're not watching the video right now, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or iHeart, go check out this video that's live on my channel, because when the camera goes to Jennifer, you'll see behind her these huge whiteboards and posting.
Yes.
This girl plans. This girl is a massive planner. It is all behind her on the video, which is super amazing. I just have to tell people that's there. You're like little stickies.
Yep, absolutely. It's so important, so important. You're right. It is all behind me.
Yeah, I can see it. Well, that's great. So just a couple things. I'm going to tell you who Jennifer Dawn is. She's the owner of Jennifer Dawn Coaching. She began her entrepreneurial career selling apples off her grandfather's tree because a lemonade stand was so yesterday. At age 23, Jennifer founded a software company, grew it from nothing to 7 figures, and then went on to become the software division president for a $54 million manufacturing firm. She was then asked to lead and mentor a national network of women entrepreneurs and discovered a love for coaching. Jennifer is a Profit First certified coach and Providence Growth Academy coach. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Prevendus.
Okay, that's a new one for me.
Yep.
And she's built 2 multi-million-dollar businesses, is a published author and accomplished speaker. And she has the bestplannerever.com/like a boss.
I do. Absolutely.
That's cool. I love that. So check us out at bestplanner.com/like a boss for a free gift. We'll talk about that soon. But let's dive in. So that first question I kind of asked, what do you think the difference is between, in the world of coaching, business coaching, marketing coaching, and life coaching?
The difference between them. It's interesting because even though I am a business coach, I end up doing some marketing coaching. I end up doing some life coaching. There's definitely a difference there. But with the business coaching, what we see happen in the business is that if you've got problems in the marketing, it's going to obviously be reflected in the business. And if you've got problems in your life, your personal life, we see that being reflected in the business. And so when we're looking at just the business, sometimes it's really difficult to coach through certain things without going deeper into those other areas. And we've got to go into those areas in order to heal or fix whatever is broken in those places, so that now we can then move the business forward to the next level. So, traditional, just straight up business coaching is really going to be focused exclusively on the business. But I really see that they are intertwined, just based on what's happening with the business owner, what's happening with their business.
Yeah, there's a big difference, I think, between business coaching and marketing coaching. I know I do a lot of marketing coaching. I end up doing business coaching and sales coaching and intertwine. But I kind of wanted to get the experience from your world, as a business coach. I work with marketing coaching. One of my clients right now, which I find fascinating, it's one of my most interesting clients right now, is I am her marketing coach. Okay. She has a business coach and she has a sales coach all at the same time. And so I'm constantly dealing with, well, this is the direction I think you should be going.
Right.
It contradicts one of the other coaches.
Oh.
And so it's this really weird experience I've never dealt with before. And that was the first time I had to really segment myself as I'm only marketing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But what's fascinating, and we'll get to your planner in a second, but what's fascinating to me in this particular client is that I came in late in the game. I was the last coach to be invited to the party. Right. and then my marketing's way different because I come from an internet marketing space. So I had this whole different view, and the other coaches don't have any of that.
Yeah.
And I'm literally laying out this whole plan. And what's happened is, for 6 months working with her, the other coaches are now like coaching her on my plan.
Okay.
Right. And so that's great. At the same time, it's like, now I'm lead coach, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never met the other coaches. So it's this weird experience. I wonder if you've ever experienced something like that where you're dealing with someone who's got like multiple coaches on some level.
Yeah, I have. And I have dealt with it, not super often, but it does happen sometimes where somebody will come to me and they're like, you know, I've worked with this person, I've worked with that person. More commonly, what I get is somebody who worked with a coach, didn't have a good experience, and is like, I think it was supposed to be better than that. And it probably was. So I get that probably more frequently. But it's tough when you get somebody who has so many coaches. For me, first of all, that's a little bit of a red flag. There's a point where you need to be coached, and then you need to get your butt out there and you need to actually do the work, and you need to not spend all your time getting coached. So that's a little bit of a red flag if I see that, if they come to me with a lot of different coaches. But you know, it's really common to see somebody who might have like a sales or a marketing coach and a business coach, because in the business, you know, your sales coach is going to be like, sell, sell, sell. And this is what we're focused on, is sell, sell, sell. And that's great. That's exactly what you're supposed to be focused on. And your marketing coach is the same. From a business perspective, we're looking at operations. We're looking at human resources. We're looking at the bottom line. We're looking at profitability. We're looking at a lot of different things that are not put under the microscope when you're just focused on sales and marketing.
That's true. Now, first of all, you're going to see me do videos in the background because I did this for Instagram. So just wave for everybody.
Hi.
Okay. All right. Just let you know. She's like, what are you doing over there with your phone? Okay. So a couple things. I agree with that. Let's go into the planner. All right. So bestplannerever.com/like-a-boss. When did you start doing this and why?
Sure. I started the planner in 2015, and I started it because I looked at my desk and it was a disaster. And I had my, you know, my planner. Actually, I had a planner from Walmart, like a $10 appointment, you know, times daily planner. I had my vision book, my vision board. I had my goals. I had inspirational books with inspirational sayings. I had my sticky notes. Like I had all this crap all over my desk. And it's funny because at the time I was leading the National Network of the Women Entrepreneurs, and they had a planner that they used in their organization. And I was supposed to like sit on calls and train people and say, hey, I'm using this great planner. And I hated it. It was awful. Like I didn't like it. I had to like smile and be like, isn't this great? And it wasn't, because it just didn't work for me. It worked for some people, and that's great because the planner is a little bit of a personal choice, but it just didn't work for me. And so as soon as, when I left there, I went out on my own and for coaching, and I was looking at my desk and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to create a planner that actually works for me. And that's what I did first. So I created a planner for myself. It had my vision board, my goals, my daily, it had everything in one place. It was, you know, it's spiral bound, it's functional. It's not like designed, it's not for beauty contests. Like some of these planners, they're gorgeous beauty queens, but I'm like, I need this thing to function. I'm all about functionality. It can be kind of pretty, but it's not a beauty queen. And so I created it. It worked. It started really working so well for me that I then started using it with my coaching clients. You know, as you're coaching along and you're like, hey, you know what? This is working. Try this, try this, try this. And the coaching clients were absolutely loving it. And they were starting to really see some big shifts in how they managed their time, how they ran their business. And I'm like, okay, here's how you use the planner to run your business. And it just started really kind of taking off. And so from there, it's like, hey, you know what, this could actually be a business. And so that's what I did. So in 2015, I took it out on its own. I told my husband, I was like, we were sitting around and we were talking about the planner. And I'm like, I just love this thing. I swear to God, it's the best planner ever. And I was like, I'm going to name it that. And he's like, really? You're going to call it that? I'm like, yeah, I'm totally going to call it that. Why not? Because it is. And so that's how the name was born, really fancy and scientific, not really. My husband just going, are you really going to do that? I'm like, yes, I am, because I think it is. So the name was born, the planner was born. And it's so funny. I go back and I look at the 2015, and there's definitely still elements in there from what I'm doing today, but it's evolved. And we just released 2019. And I'm not a winter person. I'm in upstate New York, and I'm like, I'm not ready for winter, but I'm ready for January because I want to use my new planner because it's so like, awesome. Oh my God, I'm loving all the changes that we put in there. We of course kept the basic functionality, but we just added some really neat new things. I'm I'm chomping at the bit to be like, all right, I want to get in there. I want to get in there for 2019 now.
So a couple of things. I'm on your site, bestplannerever.com/like a boss. It looks like you have a couple planners. You have the 2018, 2019, obviously. But what is the 90-day best planner ever?
Sure. The 90-day is undated.
Is that a supplement?
No, it's not dated. So most of my planners, and a lot of the planners that are out there, they don't have dates. They're not dated. So you just flip through the pages and it's a little bit generic. And I'm a business coach. I'm all about efficiency. I'm like, I don't have time to write the date in. So my 6-month and my 12-month are all fully dated. The calendars are there. I'm like, I don't want to go somewhere else. I don't want to write in a date. But some people really like the flexibility of the 90 days. So it's a smaller time segment. There's no dates, so you can write in your own dates. It's super flexible. You can carry it in a purse really, really easily. I get a lot of creative people who, you know, they like to just float however they want to float. And so the nice thing about that is there's no dates. So you can just use it on whatever day you want.
Well, yeah, like right now we're talking, you know, near the end of 2018-ish. And so if someone's listening going, well, I got to wait. Right. I'm hearing is that you could get the 90-day to complete the year and start the process and learning it and whatnot, then you could, you know, if you like it, you could like commit to 2019.
Exactly. It's a great, I get people transitioning, I get people testing it and trying it. Well, you'll grab the 90-day and they'll use it in that way. So absolutely that works. And we see that a lot. I like the dated. That's why I keep the 2018s up as long as possible, just so that if you do want to get started, you can get in there. One of the reasons why I like the dated page is like, if there's no date on the page, to me, it's like, I can use it whenever. But when there's a date on that page, I'm like, it's only good for today. And it really makes, for me, it makes me sit down and be like, today's the only day this page is going to work because the date's right there. Get your butt, sit down and do your plan.
So what do you find is different from, what do you find is different versus using what I call planner, what I call pen to hand, you know?
Yep.
Than just online calendars and cell phones. And what do you find is the biggest result, problem, whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, I like to do a lot of my thinking on paper, and it's just harder to do that in a phone or and it doesn't mean I don't have an online calendar. I do. I mean, in today's world, I don't know how you can not have an online calendar for people scheduling appointments and doing things like that. And I absolutely have that. And then of course I transfer it into my planner because the paper is like how I run my life. But I like to do my thinking on paper. I like to scribble and scratch and put sticky notes and change my mind and move things around and be able to do that pre-planning, almost like a little bit more of the strategy work before getting busy. And in a lot of planners, and mine too, I mean, I'm sure I have people who use my planner who are just using it as a big giant glorified to-do list, and that's fine if that's working for you. But one of the things I teach around the planner is not to use it as a giant glorified to-do list, but to really use it as whether you're the CEO of a business or the CEO of your home, do a little bit of that pre-planning, that strategy work, and designing what you want your day to look like, and saying no to some of this busy work, and saying no to things that you shouldn't really be wasting your time on because it's not getting you closer to your goals. And so that's really the idea behind it. At the front of the planner, there's vision pages, there's goal pages. So really you can sit there and kind of map out a picture of really the life that you're after.
I love that. And what are you finding is the biggest result? Are you finding people getting to their goals faster?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny. I'm always delightfully surprised at some of the things that people will email me about and say that they've used the planner for. It's got weekly reflection in it, which you don't see in too many planners. And so every week there's some really deep questions that you can ask yourself to really get focused and make sure you're really working on the things and putting your time where it's going to have the maximum benefit. And so absolutely focus and clarity and organization. Just, I think those are probably some of the biggest benefits. But I mean, I even just like yesterday, I had a guy email me, I'm getting a lot more men using this planner, even though I originally designed it for women. Men are finding it, they're using it. I'm seeing more and more of them, which is really exciting. I designed a cover that was more manly for them because they're like, gosh, we can't have flowers, Jennifer. You got to give us something a little more, a little more manned up. I'm like, okay, fine. But this wonderful gentleman, he said the weekly reflection questions, he was diagnosed with cancer in January. It was the weekly reflection in my planner that he said kept him focused through his cancer battle. And he just was cancer free in August. And so now he's working on his vision board, you know, to finish the rest of the year. So again, it's like, I would expect somebody to say, oh, this helped me, you know, tame the chaos of my life. And this gentleman used it to get through his cancer battle, to stay focused on the things that he needed to be focused on to fight that battle. So it's really across the board, the things I see of people getting from the planner.
Okay, so I'm looking at the planner right now, and I have one thing that I'd be like, girlfriend, I don't know if I want like this. So I'm a huge exercise. I'm giving you like, I want to see what you think. I like to poke. Like, I think interviews are boring if we just focus on everything that's positive. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge exercise person. I work out 5 days a week. Actually, that's not true. 6 days a week right now, 1 day off. So I'm in the middle of a process of one of my big goals is a bodybuilding contest again. And I'm really focused on that. I've hired a trainer and all that. And I'm looking at your screenshots right, on your bestplannerever.com/like-a-boss. And I'm looking at it and I'm doing a little like zooming over here. And I'm noticing there's this little tiny section called exercise. It's tiny.
Oh, you're looking at 2018. The 2019, it's been expanded. So in
good.
Yes, exactly. So in 2019, we definitely expanded that. So we actually now have exercises broken into steps, movement, distance, there's sleep, there's supplements. We've added water. We've definitely built that out in 2019.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm checking it out going, that's not that much right there. I mean, I would definitely this tiny little space. Okay, great. So you've taken that on of being
we've definitely expanded that. You know, and I'm not a health and wellness coach. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I got to put that in there. If I was a health and wellness coach, the whole page would probably be around that. But no, we definitely expanded that because we did get people saying we're using this. And if you look in that box is actually the perfect size of a sticky note. Yeah. So it's like people can put their sticky notes on, do whatever they want to do with that box. If they want to use the meal and exercise tracking, they can, but it's definitely been expanded in 2019. So don't worry, Heather. I got you covered. Okay.
Sweet. Okay, good. Well, I'll definitely get it. I know you're like, why are you dissing me on my stuff?
It's
I'm
okay.
Not you. I think everyone's different. I know it's important to me. I know that probably somebody else might go, well, there's nothing in there about kids. I mean, so everyone has their own thing. I don't have any kids, so to me that would be important.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So and scheduling the kids and all that kinds of crazy stuff. So let's talk about age. I'm super curious. Who's the market that you're finding is like loving this and ones that are completely resistant to it?
You know, I don't find people that are totally resistant. I have students in college who reach out to me and are like, hey, I need a planner. I have 50 and 60-year-old women who are like, I've retired. I'm trying to figure out, reinvent myself. So I do kind of get it across the board. But generally what I see, it's generally women somewhere between 35 and 45, usually buying my planner. About 70% of those tend to be business owners. The rest are either corporate gals or stay-at-home moms, but generally that's where they fall. But I mean, I get students to retirees across the board finding it and looking for something different.
I'm 43, so I'm in that little bell curve. I grew up with the planner, you know.
Yeah.
The Stephen Covey planner.
Right. Exactly.
I was taught in my corporate America, we'd have like whole 2 or 3 days of the Stephen Covey planner.
Yeah. I know.
But it does difference. I mean, I live by my calendar. Everyone who knows me, I literally live day by day by day by second with my calendar. Whatever my calendar says, I do. So I live by my phone, obviously. However, there is something to pen and paper and being able to write down in the vision board and whatnot and in the exercise piece. And right now, my trainer, she's created what I call a secret group for me and her. And so I kind of like talk to her privately and I can put my little notes there. But at the same time, I mean, when you're dealing with something like health and wellness at that level, it's a whole, you know, you've got to be able to write out what's happening, what's not working, whatnot. Right. It's like how many hours of sleep are you getting a night? And you know, how much water are you drinking? And are you eating your food? And know that one piece of chocolate's not on there. And you know what I mean? Like it's
right.
so detailed. And when you start to get that granular, with something that sometimes you don't even think about, and then you move that into your business, I think it does help to have that structure. So I'm going to get it. I'm definitely going to get it for especially into 2018, 2019. Now someone gets it. Do you kind of like work them through that process? Like, is there some kind of training, or is your coaching part of that training, or how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So whenever anybody buys our planner, they get our quote success kit. And so it's emailed out to them right away. They're going to get some exercises to help them through the process of visioning. And I mentioned this earlier, we're in the process of redoing the whole planner website. So what you're seeing right now in about 2 weeks is going to be completely different. But one of the things that we're doing is we're building out that success kit on the site. So when anybody buys a planner, they're going to get an invite into this page on our website. And basically I take them through step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, step 1, create your vision. Don't know how to create a vision. Here's an exercise. Here's a training video. Here's how you do it. Step 2, work on your goals. You don't know how, here you go. Here's a training video. So I really kind of step them through everything that they're going to need to get the most from the planner. That's one of the things I really am about, is like, hey, if you've invested in this tool for yourself, let's get the most you can from it. So that comes with all of our planners. And then we also do a live, I get on the phone once a month. That's what I'm doing right after your show. I got 100 people waiting to be like, hey, teach me about focus wheels, because we added focus wheels into the planner for 2019. And people are emailing going, what are these round things with all the boxes in them? I'm like, they're focus wheels. We're doing our training. So every month, once a month, I get on the phone. I do a live training around some piece of the planner. I do an open Q&A call. So anybody who's having an issue, they're like, hey, I'm trying to get this to work. How can I make it work in the planner? I actually help them through that. And we do that every month. So we're very, very hands-on with our people. We have, the Facebook group, we have the email, we have all the training resources. We really try and set people up to be as successful with it as they possibly can.
I love it. I do really love this. This is really cool. I noticed also on the site when I'm checking out the screenshots is that you also have a cool quote, like an inspirational quote at the top, which I think is fun. I like that.
It is fun. It's just that little thing that sometimes you open your day and you're just like, ugh, and you look at the quote and you're like, oh, right. Okay. That's my reminder for today. And we also have a daily intention. That's at the top of every day. And I'm really adamant about like, look, set your intention for how you want your day to go before the world starts having its way with you. You get to decide.
I forgot to do that today.
Yeah. Set your intention. This is how I want to feel good. This is what's going to bring me joy. And then you asked about writing it down. There's a power in writing things down. It's different than typing. They've done tons of scientific studies that when you write, it actually programs it into your subconscious. You don't get that from typing. So I just feel like there's and those of us who are writers know there's just a real power in putting pen to paper, saying, this is what I want for my day, for my life today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. And so, I'm just laughing because I didn't do my intention today like I normally do. And today's been kind of crazy already.
Yeah.
So, that definitely makes a difference when you're able to set that intention.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We'll wrap it up here in a second, but we'll make sure we have the website bestplannerever.com /like-a-boss and
like a boss.
Your 2019 calendar there, as well as the 90-day calendar there. You can join me in that process. You get but where else can they find you, Jennifer?
Yeah, so they can absolutely go to the website, the /like-a-boss. We're going to put up some freebies for all the listeners here. We'll do a free download. I'll do a special discount for anybody who's listening. So we'll post a code on the Like a Boss page. So if you guys are interested in the planner, you can absolutely go there. If you send an email through the website, which is just sales@bestplannerever, it'll go straight to me. It'll go to me or my team, but it'll get to me. So I'm very available for all of the people that have questions or anything like that. And then you could also find me on my coaching website, which is Jennifer Dawn Coaching, DAWN, JenniferDawnCoaching.com. And there's of course resources and a contact page there, and you can reach me right through there too.
Awesome. Okay. So JenniferDawnCoaching.com as well as bestplannerever.com /like-a-boss. Thank you for that. And then who's your ideal client just in the world of you? What kind of businesses do you work with?
Yeah, generally I usually work with companies that have hit kind of that 7-figure, that $1 million mark and higher. Often I get companies who they're in 7-figure sales, but they're not turning a profit. I'm kind of like that turnaround girl who comes in and we get in there and we turn that sucker around. I'm not the sales coach. I'm the business, turn it around, get it profitable, get it efficient coach. So generally those tend to be my ideal clients. Of course, I do work with people who, come to me and like, I'm stuck at $500,000. I can't get further. and we kind of get them through that. But generally, the bulk of my clients are usually 7-figure businesses that really want to turn it around, or they're profitable, but not as profitable as they could be. They know the money's there. They're having trouble finding it. And so we dive into the business and we really go top to bottom and optimize it for profits.
Oh, I love it. Well, I'll definitely be referring you to some of my clients as well. Okay, so everyone check out jenniferdoncoaching.com as well as bestplannerever.com/likeaboss. And just thank you so much for your time, Jennifer. Thank you for what you're doing and helping business owners around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my pleasure, Heather. And thank you so much for having me on your show today.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. This is Heather Havenwood with Like a Boss. Go check us out at heatherhavenwood.com. And make sure you check us out on Alexa, Amazon Alexa. Just type in Heather Havenwood, Like a Boss, and you can download our skill, Like a Boss, as well. All right, everyone, this is Heather Havenwood, and have a great day.